The Miami Dolphins have officially hit rock bottom, and somehow the fall feels like it's just beginning. Sunday afternoon in Cleveland wasn't just a loss. It wasn't just another bad day at the office. It was an implosion of historic proportions, a complete and utter collapse on live television that left fans shaking their heads and wondering how it all went so wrong so fast. The scoreboard read 31-6, but the real story wasn't the numbers, it was the humiliation. A once electric Miami offense, stripped of its identity and stripped of its confidence, reduced to rubble by a Cleveland Browns team that didn't just beat them. They toyed with them. The loss dropped the Dolphins to a jaw-dropping 1-6. One win. 6 defeats. And while the season might be mathematically alive, emotionally and spiritually, it's over. The locker room knows it. The fans know it. Even the front office knows it. What remains now is panic, and panic always leads to chaos. Reports from Bleacher Report's Doric Sam have thrown gasoline on that chaos, revealing that the Dolphins may be preparing to detonate everything. Sam's bombshell? Miami could be ready to clean house and pull off a franchise-altering blockbuster trade, one that would send shockwaves through the entire NFL. The name at the center of it all? None other than Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shadur Sanders. Yes, that Shadur Sanders, the polarizing, headline-grabbing, untested rookie who hasn't played a single NFL snap, but has already become one of the most talked-about prospects in the league. Doric Sam's report suggests that Miami, desperate for a spark and trapped in a losing spiral, could make a move for Sanders before the trade deadline. The Browns, meanwhile, have reportedly committed to Dillon Gabriel as their franchise quarterback, meaning Sanders, despite his promise, could be a valuable trade chip. For the Dolphins, this isn't about long-term development anymore. This is about survival, because right now, nothing in Miami works. Tua Tagovailoa, once seen as the golden child of Mike McDaniel's offense, has become a shell of himself. His mechanics are shot, his confidence shattered. Through 7 games, he's thrown 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, a stat line that would get most rookies benched, let alone a fifth-year veteran. He's seeing ghosts in the pocket, throwing into triple coverage, missing wide-open receivers, and folding under pressure. The offense that once terrified defenses with speed and motion has completely unraveled, and you can trace every ounce of that decline back to one injury: Tyreek Hill. The moment Hill went down, the heart of Miami's offense went with him. Without his game-breaking speed to stretch defenses and open up the field, the fastest show on turf turned into the slowest crawl to nowhere. Every drive looks the same: confusion, hesitation, and eventual disaster. The motion, the misdirection, the clever play designs, they're all meaningless without Tyreek's threat. What's left is a quarterback stripped bare, exposed as painfully ordinary. Tua's meltdown has been ugly. Against Cleveland, he looked lost. Every throw seemed forced. Every read seemed late. The Browns' defense smelled blood, and they feasted. By the time Tua was mercifully benched, it wasn't even about protecting the player anymore. It was about protecting the fans from watching another disaster unfold. It's clear now that this version of Tua isn't just struggling. He's broken. And then there's Mike McDaniel, the self-proclaimed offensive genius, the quirky innovator with the shades and the swagger. Where is that guy? 'Cause the man on the sidelines in Cleveland looked like a ghost. The creative mastermind has vanished, replaced by a coach staring blankly at a play sheet as if he doesn't even recognize the plays he once designed. Insiders say his job is safe, but everyone in the league knows what that really means. When an owner issues a vote of confidence, it's not a shield. It's a countdown. Stephen Ross may like McDaniel. He may admire his football mind. But he also likes winning. And right now, the Dolphins are one of the worst teams in the league. 1-6 after a playoff appearance is not a rough patch. It's a catastrophe. McDaniel's system has failed. His quarterback has regressed. His offense has lost its soul. The whispers around the league say what everyone's thinking: McDaniel's on borrowed time. That's what makes the Shadur Sanders rumor so dangerous and so believable. McDaniel needs a savior. He needs a miracle, and Sanders represents exactly that. The rookie from Colorado State was a college superstar, posting absurd video game numbers: 4,347 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 74% completion rate. He's not some cautious check-down artist. He's a gunslinger with a cannon arm, pinpoint accuracy, and swagger for days. He plays with confidence, carries himself like a star, and commands attention everywhere he goes. He's loud, polarizing, unapologetically himself. Everything the NFL establishment claims to hate, but secretly can't stop watching. And right now, that kind of energy is exactly what Miami needs. Because this team doesn't need another project, it needs a pulse. It needs shock therapy. Doric Sam's report calls Sanders a strong trade chip, but in reality, he's a potential defibrillator for a franchise that flatlined weeks ago. The Dolphins are dead on arrival in 2025, so why not roll the dice? Think about the ripple effects if this deal actually happens. First, it's an immediate and undeniable rejection of Tua Tagovailoa. There's no sugarcoating it. You don't trade for Shadur Sanders to have him sit quietly behind your struggling veteran. You trade for him because you're ready to move on. You're telling your fans, your locker room, and your owner, we're done pretending. Tua's time is over. And second, for Mike McDaniel, it's the perfect lifeline. He can walk into Stephen Ross's office and sell this as a masterstroke. It wasn't my system, boss, he can say. It was the quarterback. We've got the wrong guy, but this kid can run it. Suddenly, McDaniel isn't the coach who collapsed. He's the visionary taking bold action. He's buying himself another season, maybe two. The 2025 season instantly becomes a rebuild year, and the remaining games turn into Shedur's personal preseason. McDaniel shifts the narrative from failure to foundation, and as for Sanders himself, he fits the script perfectly. He's got the charisma, the flash, and the arm talent to make headlines the moment he lands in Miami. He'd walk into that building and instantly command the cameras, the media, and yes, the locker room. After weeks of embarrassment, the Dolphins would finally have something to talk about. Something exciting, something new. The Browns, meanwhile, might be all too happy to make the deal. Their quarterback controversy has been a slow-burning distraction. By trading Sanders, they eliminate the circus and double down on their chosen guy, Dylan Gabriel. And Miami? They get a clean slate, a spark, and a potential future star. The math is simple. 11 touchdowns and 10 picks from Tua, or 37 touchdowns and a 74% completion rate from Shedeur in college. It's a gamble, yes, but one that suddenly doesn't sound so crazy. Of course it's risky. Sanders hasn't taken an NFL snap. He could flop. His confidence could clash with the locker room. His style could clash with McDaniel's system. But again, what do the Dolphins have to lose? You don't protect a culture that's already crumbling. You don't cling to a quarterback who's already lost his grip. You take the shot. Because the alternative is worse, staying stuck in mediocrity, hoping something magically changes when it never does. So now it's your turn, Miami fans. Is this madness or genius? Would you welcome Shadur Sanders as the new face of the franchise? Or is he just another high-profile risk waiting to blow up in your face? Should the Dolphins stick with Tua and ride out the storm, or detonate everything and start fresh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're fired up by this kind of no-filter NFL storytelling, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because if this trade goes down, the Shadur Sanders era in Miami will be unlike anything the league has ever seen, and you won't want to miss a second of it.